going to have to check on down at the BGA, see how long the bales there have left to ferment. See, if I had a tow behind sprayer, I could actually have done 32 immediately after doing this field. Or a self-propelled, but I think self-propelled are somewhere. I can't see self-propelled sprayers. Oh, crop protection. 200,000 for the Stara, 500. So it's not really, for our purposes, it's not a justifiable expense. Though that said, I do like self-propelled sprayers. Also, they're kind of difficult on UK roads because they are such big pieces of machinery. Now, something like the what is it? The red one that I don't have loaded there. I know they do seeders, planters. Horsch. I believe it's a Horsch self-propelled sprayer. That the wheels move in and out when you deploy it, so it's narrow for the streets and wide spaced for the spraying operation. Probably would work best for us if we were to do something, but don't appear to have that loaded either. I think that was from the big Horsch or not sort of DLC pack, but bonus pack if you like. You didn't have to pay for it, it was just extras that came with the Horsch test farm or whatever it was. And the problem I found with that is, I don't know if it's the map or something else, but a lot of the equipment in that doesn't play well on most of my game saves. So I just don't even try with it. So how are we doing? Just pretty much eaten up half a tank. We started with 2047-ish. We are 30% done, so I'm going to need 3,000 litres just to do this field. See, this is where a larger tank would be helpful. It's that, or I would have to come to the field with a tank full of liquid fertiliser in order to do a replenishment job. Something I started doing in Farm Sim 17, when I was going out to seed fields, I would take an auger loaded with seed, and then I could go out and plant every single one of my fields in one trip. Then I found I also needed to take out a diesel tank with me so I could replenish all of the vehicles, because I had more fields than one tractor could plant. So yeah, I'd have to refuel it. Then you have the problem of, well, the maintenance. That's more of Farm Sim 19 thing, but the maintenance needed to be done. So okay, now I'm going out with the tractor with a seeder and a seed tender and a diesel tank and a repair shop, and we also need the solid fertilizer because we're doing that pretty much as if we're using a planter or a seeder with solid fertilizer, then we're using that up as well, and you just end up going out one vehicle planting with a support cast of 5-6 vehicles, which, well, you do what you have to. But it's I think I was playing on Chellington at the time, and it was just sort of, it's so far back to the farm to get resupplies of this stuff, and I'm working a field in the bottom right of the map and the farm's on the top left. It's just sort of, I'm wasting 10 minutes just going back to resupply everything, so it's just easier to have everybody down there. And I zigzag across the map, just tending all the fields I've got. And this farm is now getting to that point, because we have the we're sort of expanding into the arable fields across the road from the sawmill, and so that's all, a reasonable drive from the farm. Okay. Of course, because we're on contracts and doing everything on manual, you can't rely on the automatic sprayer functionality. You have to turn it on and off yourself. What are we doing on tea? Yeah, I should be finishing up my tea quickly because it's getting a little on the cold side. So anyway, as soon as we get this done, we get paid. That'll put us up to about 90,000. I may run back to the store and also do 32. It's not quite as lucrative as 35, but it's still, borderline 20,000. And maybe when we get to about 100,000, I'll pay off 50 of the loan. It'll reduce our interest payments for a couple of months. Anyway. What's this? Okay. So when the field gets a little bit squirrely. Like I said, I don't worry too much about missing small parts of the field, especially not when we're contracting. We can miss about maybe 5% of the field, so it's not a total disaster. We need to do an outside left turn to line up on the next row, because these corners are not 90 degrees. So I can't think what else has been happening. We had our former foster kids came to visit Sunday last week. So they spent the afternoon and then went home before church, because it's, we're now into school time and we can't get them home till around 9 o'clock. They won't be going to evening service with us. We could arrange it to take them on Sunday mornings, although logistics of that could be kind of strained, I guess. How are we doing? 40, 39. We spin that across there. off and get that corner. Alrighty, come on, fold. So as I surmised, we will need another tank. We're not quite 2/3 done, but close. So the next tank will do the entire of that field. 32's this field on our right, which is, again, that is actually another big field. So we would probably need 2 tanks of fertilizer, one to finish off the current field and do about 1/3 of the next one, and then a second tank. Might even need dregs of a 1/3 as well. We shall see. How are we doing with time? 11:45. I could actually speed up to ×5. I think I will do that. Try. Come on. No, so it jumps straight to 50. There we go, ×5. So ×5, 2 hours, it's 10 o'clock, so midday will be 10 hours of game time, so about 9 o'clock in the evening. It'll be well dark by then. So at this rate, we'll finish off today and be able to start tomorrow. Then we'll be midday and we'll be able to figure out what we're doing next. Oh, don't. No. Phooey. Have to follow the slow car. So that's something to look forward to. They've improved the traffic AI for 22, and it does go noticeably quicker. So maybe we'll be at the point where pallets, fertilizer tank, buy 2. Good. So yeah, maybe we'll get a more realistic situation where, well, the traffic has to slow down for the tractor rather than the tractor having to slow down for the traffic. Okay, I'm going to give this a full load here. $2,900's are good. I mean, it's adequate for what we're doing now. And I am going to take a detour to the BGA and we'll check out less than a day. Ooh. That's good. Okay, so we'll be able to bring the JCB down tomorrow after we've done the farm chores and sell all of those. Now there are 30 of them already brewed because I left them auto-load state on the semi-truck, and between game saves it doesn't remember what state your silage was in, how many hours it had left to do, so it just goes straight to fermented. I didn't sell them. Well, there's no point really. You know, you can sell them then or you can sell them in a few days. It's not like we're Using them or the money. Okay, that's actually knocked us down to 64,000, so we're a little bit further away from 100. Oh, come on. Go, car, go. Again, I am liking this Valtra G. It's a little bit cheaper than the N. You only get about 125, 135 horsepower maximum. It's definitely better than the A. The A is a small yard tractor. It doesn't have a front hitch. So this is a little more useful European spec. You can put stuff on the front and the back. Or you can put a weight on the front, and the weight will balance what's on the back. Take a front loader, it's got the full setup of tyres, which, I mean, that's the same as the A gets, but the A tops out at about 100 horsepower. As I said, this is about 125, so comparable to the Massey 5000 series or Fendt 300, that type of thing. Okay, I want to drive our way over here. And as I said, it's cheaper than the N. Now the N has the advantage, it'll go up to, is it 201 horsepower? So quite a beefy tractor for a small tractor, but potentially overkill, because a lot of the times with the Valtra N, sure it might have 200 horsepower, but it's still a light tractor. It doesn't have the necessary weight to do things. I was discovered that this week. I've started up a little personal playthrough on the Old Stream Farm, just to sort of a final go around with that map. And I have an old two-wheel drive International, which later became IH Case. But on the field behind the farm, a very steep slope, and I've got a small planter on the back, and that is dragging me sideways down that hill. So just because the tractor has the horsepower to do stuff doesn't mean it has the weight to offset what the equipment that you've got attached. So that can be a problem with the Valtra N. You could buy at least a 6-meter seeder, but it might struggle because of the tractor's weight as opposed to the horsepower. There is a reason why there are large tractors, small tractors, and medium tractors. One of the reasons I kind of like the Fendt Favorite 800 by Smetty, because it's classed as a heavy tractor. It's only got about 180 horsepower, which means it can run 6-meter seeders quite nicely, but it has the chassis weight to just, it doesn't get abused by the equipment it's hauling. It's from that aspect, it's a very capable tractor. This tractor, the lightest one we have on the farm, and we're not really doing much heavy lifting with it. I've run the potato topper and the sugar beet topper and then the spray kit, and that's all I'm really using this tractor for. And prior to having this tractor, that job used to be a Valtra T, which is the mid-size tractor, and yeah, a bit of overkill. I think this is the better option. And you could have gone for the JD6M. Massey Ferguson, was it 5700? Or any of those. Sorry about the working noise in the background, but it is what it is. I want a shower door, so we're going to have to live with that noise. Hoping the TV's not carrying, because that's going to make things awkward potentially on pushing this out to YouTube. Anyway, how are we getting on? We should be about 70% done. 80% done. Oh, that's good. Ah. Let's try that one again. My side panel is getting noticeably temperamental now. Switches are struggling to make a response at times. I kind of wonder whether it's worthwhile considering making my own. I don't know. It's not really something I'm necessarily good at, but for model railways it's something I am going to at least get adequately knowledgeable about, because there's a lot of electrics and electronics involved there. When I get to the top of the field, I'm going to put this on a worker temporarily. I'm going to close the doors to the living room so we get slightly less noise. Could quite possibly do that now. Okay. That should be a little bit better as far as noise suppression is going. Okay, we missed a tiny part there. Not too fussed about that. Got it. Okay, we're back on the cruise control. We got 10% left to get, so probably one full row and we're done here. Oops, getting a little bit off precision there, but we're okay. Should just be able to run around this island down to the end. Probably be very close to done at that point. Now what I can do is I can start 32. Actual fact, I'm kind of wondering if I start 32, will there be enough room? Those tanks, no. I was wondering, 'cause the tanks are 2,000 litres now. Obviously we filled this up to 2,900, which means there's still about 1,100 in the tank at the store. And if we buy another tank, we'll end up with 200 left at the store. A little bit annoying, but I think we can cope with what we have. Oops. So the other thing I noticed on the Old Street farm was because the map's so small, it does actually take time to refresh. You're much more zoomed in on that mini-map. And so you're driving noticeable distance before it refreshes.
She's all done, John.
Okay, hang on. Stop that, do that. Okay, that's the shower door done. Of course, I don't know where I got up to. Oh, we're done. Okay, didn't notice. Let's get paid. And so I was saying we'll do 32. Oh, come on, tractor. Let's go. So, yay, 85,000. So doing 32 will pay us completely up to 100. And if we use 50,000, that'll drop us below 225. So drop us below 200 for the debt. And I think that's the road. Why aren't I following down rather than following up? There we go. So 32 is the field on our right. Like I said, this is another big field. So